The coronavirus blues. Once upon a time, there lived an honest, hard-working farmer in a small village in the countryside. With his wife and children, he lived modestly in a small cabin that he himself had built. One day, some strangers appeared at his door, begging for shelter from a devastating storm that had ravaged their neighboring village. The farmer and his wife welcomed them in and helped to soothe their fears of what might now become their way of life during this unforeseen crisis. In the beginning, the presence of these strangers was accepted with the good grace and generosity that the farmer and his wife felt was their duty as good neighbors. In due time, however, the cabin began to feel a little crowded. The farmer, not knowing what to do, went to consult with the village elder, who advised the farmer to bring all of his livestock into the cabin as soon as he could manage. This the farmer did. However, a week later, when the farmer could no longer bear the cramped conditions of his living environment, he again returned to consult with the village elder. This time, the elder instructed the farmer to move all of his farm equipment into the cabin as well. By now, the farmer was getting quite confused, as he could not see how this would help alleviate his situation. He did as he was told, however, and headed home to see how he could best comply. It took less than a week for the farmer to decide that he needed to seek out the elder once again to solve what was fast becoming an intolerable situation for the farmer, his wife, and their children. He arrived at the elder's humble abode, ready to loudly object any further suggestion that he fill his cabin with more than it could reasonably hold. But before he could open his mouth to speak, the elder looked him in the eye and quietly advised him to take all of his animals back out to the fields, restock his barn with all of the farm equipment, and set his cabin once again in order. This the farmer did. And as you have probably already surmised, the results were predictable. What only weeks ago had seemed uncomfortable and crowded now felt luxuriously spacious and even better than he could remember before all of these sudden changes that had overtaken his life. So yes, my fellow citizens, we will all get through this. Just like the farmer, we will be grateful for what we took for granted before, and hopefully, just like the farmer, we will remember that everything is almost always a matter of perspective, and that given the choice, we are always better off trying to appreciate the silver lining of any dilemma. The coronavirus will subside. We will all recover. Maybe a bit bruised and battered, but life will continue. And we will all be so suddenly aware of just how lucky we are. God bless.